Hi Leo, it's Majori here from the Punk Priestess, and welcome to your Tarotscope for May 2022. And we're just going to get right into the energy of the month and the reading. So I have a mixture here of oracle decks, tarot decks, as well as astrology. So we're just going to be infusing them together for the messages. And let's go. Okay. Interesting. All right, so definitely some duality coming through, and I have right now the Nine of Cups reversed, and then I have some hostility. So if you are going through some Mercury retrograde messages when it comes to relationships or even just like your own desires and needs and wants, it's making sure that they're not at the expense of being hostile towards others, or if someone's hostile towards you, just trying to move through it with grace and not really get super emotional about the hostility around you. And it could be maybe like a relationship is hostile, and you have to think about, like, are you the one who's roaring? Are you the one who is causing the drama, or is it other people? So you kind of have to take the lens on yourself, and right now you might have to think, is this the type of emotional investment that you want to have? Is this the type of relationship you want to have? If it's always like leading to hostility, it's like, is it worth it anymore for you to keep putting tension towards it? Okay. And the Nine of Cups too, it's just like you need to get more connected with your desires. You need to kind of have your cups be filled and not worry about so much about the opinions of others. And maybe there's like some internal anger because you're maybe you're oversharing too much of people and they're just not comprehending or understanding. So you have to move towards people who emotionally are connected with what you're doing and won't have a hostile reaction. So definitely see what kind of messages and insights and conversations that you're going to be having and what's going to come up for you this month, especially for Mercury retrograde. And then we have Mars moving to Aries on the 24th. So there is going to be definitely this fiery push, and you have to kind of watch out for your anger and watch out for, a temper. So just kind of keep that in mind. But it's definitely this like emotional hostility, and maybe you're fed up or frustrated because you're not getting what you want, but it doesn't mean you like push that onto other people. You have to just kind of step back and stay grounded at this time. I do have the 10 of Coins up right here, and then I have the Page of Cups reversed, and then the Hierophant. So Taurus energy. And I'm going to start here at the Hierophant because this is like a teachable moment for you. And thinking about this Taurus season, is it time for you to be a teacher, or is it time for you to be a student? And are you curious about maybe receiving a different form of education? Maybe it's taking a class, maybe it's a seminar, maybe it's going back to school full time. Maybe it's certain training that you need to have in order to be more successful. This is also thinking about the people you surround yourself with. Like, are these people good mentors? Are these people even good followers if you're in a leadership position? But it is thinking about, how are you moving the collective forward? Like, what are you teaching? What is coming out of your mouth? What are you instilling into other people? And is it leading towards hostility and backlash and hitting other people's emotions, or is it hitting your own because you're not getting the results that you desire? So now you're externally frustrated as well as internally. So you kind of have to come back and, settle down a little bit and think, and before you talk in a way of Taurus. Taurus is very slow moving, and also just being patient with yourself. This is a slow moving sign. Things will pick up a little bit once we have Gemini season, but as of right now, like, you have to just be patient and just know that things are aligning. But first you have to have an attitude check and like not be so much of this figure of control, but more so someone of understanding, because students teach their teachers just as much as teachers teach their students. So it is this reciprocal connection you need to have with what you're doing, but you have to just not have backlash when you're not getting the results that you desire, because that is teaching you something. Now going here to this 10 of coins, and this is really having your eye on the prize, having like, you know, the success in alignment, or moving towards that vision of success. But kind of what's in the way is a little bit of this emotional immaturity. This can either come from your end, or this can come from someone in your life, gender inclusive. And maybe you're a little bit frustrated by someone's like emotional immaturity, because you want to move forward to this type of fulfillment in your life and moving forward this cycle of completion, but they're probably on their own emotional level not ready for that. And it's like, you could spend time teaching them, you could spend time mentoring them, but it's just like, at what cost? It's costing you to be angry, it's costing you to be emotionally unfulfilled. So I definitely feel like if you're getting a lot of pushback and a lot of hostility, and it's coming internally, it's coming externally, you do really need to sit and just be patient and let things align at their own time. You can't keep pushing, because you're just going to keep pushing people away. So the Page of Cups reversed here is, you know, kind of telling you need to fill your own cup back up, and maybe you need to be a little bit more emotionally understanding of where some people are. And maybe just some people aren't on the same emotional journey as you, or aren't wanting the same things. You can't force and pressure people to want the same things as you when they don't want that. And that could be where a lot of frustration is happening as well. And you just kind of have to let go and focus on your own coin, focus on your own path, and focus building with people who have like-minded intentions. But a lot is happening for you, and you are in a position of being a student in many areas. It's like you're learning from a lot of things, and it's like you have to find the light. You can't forget the light. You have to look at the cups as the glass half full, not half empty. You have to find the light, not the darkness. Okay, so what I'm pulling here is what's happening, this empty house. And then I have magic is either everything or it's nothing. And then I have the fucking. So with this what's happening in this fucking energy, it is like having you start over with fire. The best way to cleanse is through fire. And this Aries energy with Aries now in Jupiter, Aries in Venus, and Aries eventually at the end of the month coming into Mars, you will be going through this cleanse of fire, and everything that you've, not everything, but a lot of things that you have established and built is going to be set ablaze, because you're realizing that it's actually leading to this hostility. It's leading to a path of destruction, of self-destruction and external destruction. And that is what the teacher here is trying to show you, is trying to show you new ways. And the ways of the fucking are the ways forward. The ways of the fucking is a way for you to get more in tuned to the magic within. Because when things do not go our way, where do we go? We tap inside. We tap inside to what we can control, what we do have, what talents and abilities can we use. And magic is either everything or it's nothing. So it's up to you to take your magic into your own hands and to use it and to bring it to the right people who will respond, instead of keep pushing it down people's throats who are just don't care. And that's what's happening. It's like, if you want to have this establishment be in your life, if you want to feel financially successful and grounded and have solid relationships, feel a good sense of self and worth, you have to rebuild, and you have to keep questioning time after time after time. What's happening? Are you still in alignment with your goals and purpose, or are you just trying to push your ideals, push what you want onto other people? And the fucking is going to keep building. This trash fire is going to keep building. And it's either your magic can help save you, or your magic is going to get you into this mess. And you have to decide to be a truthful musician or to be a con artist. It's like you have to decide of which way, there's a lot of like duality with like choices, and it's like you can't force people to see things your way. You can't force people to want to agree with you on everything. You just have to continue following the beat of your own drum, but you also have to be a self-critic and see like, how am I harming my relationships? How am I being stuck in my old ways? You're a fixed sign, so you're very stubborn, and you don't see all sides to something. It's like you're very unmovable, and when you have your mind onto something, so it's up for you to kind of stop self-sabotaging yourself. So I'm pulling some tarot cards, some oracle cards. I'm pulling some astrology cards here. Okay, so we have here the 12th house. This is Pisces energy. I have Saturn in favorable position. And then I have, for timing, 10 o'clock. So this can be 10 o'clock a.m., p.m., 10 days, 10 weeks. And it can also be the 10th, you know, of a month. But with the 12th house here, this is endings. And, you know, a lot of things are ending for you on a physical level, on an emotional level, mental level. And this is where maybe some of the hostility is coming from, because you're realizing, okay, this has to end. I can no longer continue being around this person's energy, or, you know, continuing putting my energy and time and attention towards this. It's like some realizations have come through, and it's going to cause a little bit of dissatisfaction, but you ultimately know the direction that you're going in. It has to change. It has to evolve in order for you to have this 10 of cups, 10 of coins moment in your life. But there's still some inner emotional things that need to be addressed, and where you need to kind of wake up and see the truth, see the light. And that's what this 12th house is illuminating. The things that are not working out, the mysteries that are shrouding you, and also how you self-isolate yourself from other people, and, you know, with your beliefs, or just with like what you do. It's like you have to also take accountability in that way. It's not just other people, it's like a whole. And we have Saturn here. So Saturn went retrograde in Aquarius on the 29th of April. So we have this energy for the next couple months. And, oh, I'm sorry, not Saturn, Pluto did. But Saturn's going retrograde next month in Aquarius. So this is going to be a moment of reflection for you, because this is your opposite sign. So you have to reflect on the groups that you partake in, the people that you connect with and you communicate with. You're going to be really thinking about that. And it's like, are these groups and people helpful? Are they on the same page? Are they on the same program? Do you still want to, you know, be in that classroom with these people? Or do you want to continue teaching these type of people? You're going to be questioning your journey and your path, because there could be some energy that is just distracting you and not getting you closer to what you want. So you have to put boundaries against it, or you have to shift away from it. And, you know, hopefully you'll get this message in the next 10 days. And really utilize the information you're receiving internally and externally from this Mercury retrograde. Also, you know, maybe 10 o'clock is when you pause at 10 p.m. and you do some inner work, or maybe 10 a.m. is when you start your day and you keep progressing forward. But there's a lot of change coming that hasn't already, and it's going to be up to you to test yourself, to test your skills as a magician, and see what is happening, and how can the fucking awaken a new sense of purpose for you and breathe in more aligned people in your life. And I'm ending here with the 6 of Wands. And this is a congratulatory card. So this is giving yourself your flowers and patting yourself on the back for how far you've come, even though maybe not everything is working out. Maybe this relationship isn't working out, and maybe it's a job, or it's just maybe your business or whatever you're doing. But at least you went for it. At least you tried, because you never know unless you try. So the 6 of Wands is just like, congratulate yourself for how far you've come and how much, you know, work still needs to be done if you want to continue on this path. But if you want to turn around and stop it, that's also up to you. You don't have to continue doing the same thing if it's not bringing you joy. Continue, you know, being in a relationship if it's not bringing you joy. You have to evolve, and you have to move towards positivity, not towards hostility. So the Six of Wands is like, give yourself your flowers, congratulate yourself. You've done more than, you know, most people would have done with the opportunity you're given. And this can either be congratulations, like you finished something, or this can be congratulations, like keep on moving forward. This is maybe a rough patch, a hard time, but this is not the end. And there's still so much more that you need to do, but you have to redirect yourself, reroute yourself to be more efficient and to have more elevation. But the fucking is teaching you how not to fuck yourself and what you need to do to get on a path that's more in alignment to your goals instead of trying to mirror someone else's form of success. So that is the reading, Leo. Thank you so much, and I will see you next month. Also, if you want a personal reading with me, you can head over to my website. I'm booking for May and June, and I also just uploaded a bunch of new astrology services on my site, so definitely check those out, and I will see you next month.